So this video is going to be on PowerPoint Module 2. They've created this kind of a basketball themed presentation. It looks kind of like this. There are 4 slides in this thing, and I'll show you how to create. Like the first 2 are actually no different than we've done before. So I won't go over those again. I mean, this is just like a title and content kind of a placeholder kind of a thing. The one thing that's a little bit different is we've got this background. They insert this picture, which is inserting a picture just like it did last time. A thing that's different is the backgrounds on these things, because we have like this one has like a textured background. This one has a different kind of like an orange background, and this one is actually using a picture as a background. So I'm going to focus mainly on these 3 slides, and I'll show you how to do these, and I'll show you how to get this whole basketball theme going. So open up Backboard, and we've got this like it's a brand new presentation. You can see there I don't have that basketball theme here, but I've got this thing where it says search online for themes and templates. So I can go in here and type basketball, and it will open. It goes out and it finds on the internet, and it finds a template that's already been created for me. So we've got this, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna click on that, and then I'll just click on create. And this one does a little bit different because it actually creates a bunch of slides for us. We've got a whole lot of these slides that that are a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of a bunch of these because I don't need them all. Probably going to get rid of, I want to keep the title one, and then I'm going to get rid of like this all the way down to, let's just say, I need 4, so we're going to keep the title, and I'll start off at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll get rid of the rest of them. So that'll get rid of these. And I hit delete. So I just selected 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get rid of them, hit delete. And whoops, looks like I've got rid of 1 too many, but that's quite okay. And actually, you know what, I'm going to, let's see, is this the title and content? Actually, what I'm going to do, whoops. Hold on, I've kind of messed up a little bit more than I wanted to. I wanted to keep 1. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to get rid of 4 through 8. I think that's actually what they do in the text. So 4 through 8, I'm just going to make those go away. Delete. And that gives me these. So this one is just a title and content slide. So it's got, you just type. I would just type in, basketball camp for kids. I mean, that would go here. And then Gilbert Park District. That would go here. Oops, let's go away. And then we've got this basketball hoop picture that we're looking for. So I'm going to insert, we'll do this the same way we did last time, insert a picture, and I just go out to my, wherever it is that I saved it. I've got these saved on my thumb drive. So I'll go here, PowerPoint, text data files, module 2, and I want to see what these pictures look like. So I'll just change these to large icons so I can see. And eventually, there's the basketball. This is the basketball backboard one. So I'll click on insert, and it pops it in there. And then I can just change the size of it to whatever I want to be. So we need something about like this. And there's slide 1 done for us. Slide 2's got a picture. Apparently they're not really happy with the picture because for the slide 2 they chose this. So we're going to change the picture a little bit. So I'm just going to click on this picture and then hit delete, and that'll make that picture go away. And then I'm going to add a picture. So again, we'll go back here and find the picture that I want, which is this one, and click on insert. And there's my picture. I need to make this picture a little bit smaller, so this way. And they also do some, I'll show you this, they also create, like, I know this is kind of hard to see, but it's got a beveled edge. It's also got a border, and it's got this kind of a glow around it. So to do that, I'll click on this, and you'll see that I've got when I click on this picture, I've got a picture tools ribbon. Whoops, sorry. Click on this, and sorry, had to sneeze again. I've got this. When I click on this, I've got this picture format ribbon. It used to be called picture tools, and a lot of what I need is here. One of the things that I can choose is my picture styles, and they kind of chose this oval kind of a thing, beveled rectangle. So we'll choose that. And then it's got a border around it, so we can choose picture border. It's got a black border and picture border again, and we can give it like a serious weight. I think it goes with a pretty serious weight. So he puts this black border around it. Sorry. Another thing I can give is like this. It's got a beveled edge, so I can click on one of these beveled edges, and that it's really kind of hard to see. But I think this one is kind of like how they did it. It kind of shows up as a little bevel. We'll make this a little smaller so it doesn't creep off the slide when I get this glow done. So that gives me like a little bit of a beveled edge, and then I also want to give it this glow. So I click on picture effects again and go to glow, and then I can choose this orange background, and that gives us the picture, the glowy picture outline that they were using. And again, this is just, I won't do this because we've done this a bunch of times. So I won't bore you with me typing all this stuff in here. I don't need all this, so let's see, this is the third slide. So this time, I'm going to change things a little bit different here. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of, probably don't need any of this stuff. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of all of this placeholder here. Here's what I'm going to create. I'm going to take this over. I'm going to create this. You will learn, and then it's got these shapes. So here I can type, you will learn. Alright, and then I've got these shapes that I've got a round shape, I've got these arrows, and I've got these diamond shapes. So I'll show you how to add those. So I'm going to click on Insert, and then one of my options is Shapes. And if I click this down arrow, I get this big long list of shapes that I can add. So one of the first things I'm going to add is that circle, which is just an oval. So I can just go in here and I clicked on the oval, and you see my cursor now becomes this crosshair, and I can drag, and it will create that beveled edge for me. I'm going to make this a little bigger, maybe. Hopefully you guys can see a little better. So that creates this shape for me. Now it's black. Again, I'll slide this over, and you see that the shape is black. So I'll fix that. So to do this is like shape styles. I can click this down arrow here, and we'll just choose. It's just pretty much a solid black. So we can choose on that, and it says inside of it. It says ball handling skills. So I can just double click inside of here. You see I get an insertion point. And to change the font is just like we did before. So I can select this, and the font that they want me to change is something called Century Schoolbook, Century Schoolbook. So click the down arrow on this and just go find it. Century Schoolbook, and they're using a 24-point font. So click on down arrow here. Oops, sorry, yeah, there's 24 points. And they got it as an orange text. So I can click on this and change it to orange. So that gives me that. And then I'll move this up a little bit. So, and the next thing we've got is we've got two of these like diamond home plate pentagon, I guess, kind of shape things. So we'll add those. I can click on insert again, shapes, and just go find it. It's this one. And again, you get the crosshair, so you just say how big you want it. And do this. I'm going to click on the shape again, and I'm going to choose a color. And they've got kind of a gray color, kind of like this. So let's click on that. And then I can right click on this one and say copy here. And it creates a second one. So there's my second one already formatted with the right colors and everything for me. And so again, we can just go in here, offensive skills. And over here, defensive mindset. Whoops, spelled that all kinds of crazy. And you notice that like, these are a different color. And I kind of want these to be the same color, same style. So what I can do is I can go up here and click inside of this that has the same color and style that I want. And I can go back up to my home ribbon and hit this Format Painter button. And you'll see that my mouse now kind of becomes this paintbrush. And so I can just go through and select it, and it will change these things for me. So this is, so see how I selected this? I'll do this again using this one. So this is what I want. I want to change this to this. So I've got this selected. Sometimes things appear here, but I don't see a Format Painter in here. So, but it's okay. I can go up here and click on Format Painter. My mouse becomes a paintbrush, and then I can just, whoops, click this again. Select. I think I didn't have. Let's do this again. Paintbrush. Crap. It keeps wanting to do this. Alright, we'll try this again. Format Painter. There we go. And it changes those colors for me. And let's move these things around. I think I messed this up. Alright. Next we have these arrows. 3 of them. They're all the same arrow. They're just pointing different directions. So I'll show you how to do those quick and easy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to insert a shape. And we have arrows, different kinds of arrows. This is the arrow that it looks like it's using. And you notice I have like these that it's like I can choose the different directions, but I'm going to choose this one first. And I'll just say where I want it to be. So like that. Again, it's the wrong color. So I'm going to change this to that same gray. So I'll go up here to my shape styles. Gray. So that's the right color. And I need 3 of these. Because you'll see that this has this arrow here, this arrow here, this arrow here. Now I could, go in and select that arrow different times, but there's also something else I can do. I can right click on this, and again, you saw me do this earlier. I can right click and then copy, and then copy here, and you see that it created a second one. And do it again, and there's a third one. So now I have 3 of these arrows. They're facing different directions, but that's okay. Watch what I'm going to do. So here's my first one, right where I want it. This one here, I'm going to click on this, and you see I have my shape format things. So there's this little button that says rotate. So if I click the arrow, I can like rotate this thing. I can click on it like however I need to rotate it. Oh, I got 4 of these. All right, how did that happen? So I'm going to rotate it, and this will give me this one that I want. Delete this, so I don't need this one. And I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to rotate it, flip it horizontal, and you see that now it's pointing this direction. Oops, I think I actually need this to go the other way, don't I? I'm going to need to rotate it 90. No, flip. There we go. Flip forward, flip vertical. There we go. And so now you'll see my arrows are all pointing in the direction that I want them to go. So once again, looking at this thing, you can see that this has got like a basketball court background, and this one uses this kind of a orangey kind of a background. So to get that, I'm just going to like right click on the background. It's the easiest way to do it. Just go to right click, and then I have this thing that says format background, and that's going to open up this format background thing. What I want is to do a gradient fill. See, it changes it to pink. And then I can use like a preset gradient, and I can change this thing to, and you see I have different oranges that I can select here. So I'm going to select like this one, which kind of gives me that background that we saw earlier. So there's my background for that. Alright, so there's that slide. And so now I have this one other slide. It's got this kid playing basketball and register today. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to click on, just go to this last slide, and this time I'm going to do the background. I'm going to format the background again, so I can right click and go to format background, which is going to open up this window, and this time I want to use a picture or texture fill. So I'm going to insert from a file. Again, it's going to ask me where I want to go, and this basketball boy is what I want. So I click on that, click on insert, and that gives me the basketball boy background, like that. So moving on, next we've got this register today. So to get that, click on insert again, and then what I'm going to choose is this button here that says word art. Click on this, down arrow, and I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to type register today. And move this kind of where I want it to be. Text outline, you can see it's kind of got a bold, it's got kind of a black outline, so we choose this black, give it a serious weight, so we'll say like this. We can make this bigger, like this, and let's just increase the I'm going to make this text a lot bigger, so let's make sure it's all selected. Once I do it correctly. Holy crap. Alright, let's just do it this way. There we go. And we'll make this a lot bigger. Something like this. Quite big enough. We'll make it a little bigger. There we go. So there's this, and then I'm going to go back to my text art thing. I've given it the big black border. So now you kind of notice that this one has like this wood kind of a background. So I'll go through and select all of the text again. Once I get this correctly, I keep clicking like a crazy person. I'm going to go back up to my shape format ribbon, text fill. I'm going to choose a texture, and then choose this wood kind of a background. And another thing you kind of see is they've got this thing kind of looped. So to do that one is click this back again, and we'll choose on text effects. Oops, I'm sorry. I think it's not this one. Hold on, I lose track sometimes. I lose some track of where this stuff is myself. So we got this selected. I'm going to choose text effects, again, this down arrow, this ABC transform, and we're going to choose like this. You can see it kind of loops it, kind of creates this little kind of a loopy thing. And then we'll make this stuff we'll make this text box a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna try to make my font just a little bit bigger again. I think it's going to go up a notch or two. Oh no, that's right. There it is. So now, as you can see, it's kind of looped. It's got this background to it. So that's how you create that last slide. Something I didn't talk about, I think, on the last slide is a transition. I'm going to take this thing into slideshow view. And I know that you can't see a lot of this. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard. But a transition is like how we get from one slide to the next. And it's going to be a little bad because it's this program kind of chops off like how much of it you can see. And when I stick things into slideshow views, it wants to take it full screen. So I know you can't see like the outside edges. But this is slide 1. And the way I get to slide 2 is, and you see how it kind of faded and then brought in slide 2? That's called a transition. And there's a bunch of transitions that you can use. So I'm going to go back to, we'll go back to slide 1. And then there's this transitions button. And there's a bunch of transitions that you can choose from. And you can try them out. I'm going to go to like this one so you can see what it was before. Like here's reveal, random bars, uncover, and there's a bunch of them. Some of them are dumb, like airplane. Some of them are like this one, crush, fracture. You can use these if you want. You just gotta be careful about it. So let's suppose that I want to do one of them, and I'll do one that's like not completely crazy. Like let's see, dissolve. Let's see what that one looks like. Maybe a little nuttier than I want. There's clock. That's okay. And you can change which way you want it to go. You can change whether it has sound. Be careful with sound. You can say how long you want it to last, because like right now it lasts 1 second. If I wanted to make this transition last 2 seconds, I could do that. And another button I could do is I could say apply to all. And so this will apply this transition to every slide. So if I go back to slide 1, again I'm going to go back into slideshow. So this is applied to all of them. You see, it did kind of slow that down a little bit. But that's the way you add a transition to your slideshow. So that's module 2. I'll get this thing processed and posted, and then we'll move on.